I'm instilled with the thought of having plenty of food, he explained. I guess I was brought up that way.
We got fava beans, July 23rd, 2022.
Pasta and tuna, February 11, 92. Hey, cousin, it's the end of summer, and that means it's time to channel your inner cousin Gino Rosati and stock your winter freezer. Ciao, and welcome back to Casa Fiore's Cucina. I love this time of year. There's so much food and vegetables and fish and berries to preserve in your winter larder. So get out in your garden, go to the awesome farmers markets, look over your neighbor's fence for those figs, and get ready to brighten your winter with wonderful food from the summer. I'm busy as a bee at this time of year, putting things away that will brighten those dark, dank winter days. I've always wondered where this instinct to preserve food came from. It felt as if it were an instinct, as if it were in my genes. And then one day, I stumbled across an article in the Seattle Post-Intelligencer, February 21st, 1991, and it unlocked the mystery. There's a story behind every story, and the story behind today's articles on stored food starts with Gino Rosati. Every few months, I would pick up the phone to hear this polite, slightly accented voice ask about the food in the freezers and pantry of his Capitol Hill home. One day he wondered if the ice cream he bought a couple of years ago at the supermarket might be good if it was still brick hard. But this older gentleman's questions often were so unusual that they piqued my curiosity. As you know, I have so many cousins near and far. Seattle, New York, even Italia, and I love them all. I love you guys, and they've all inspired me in some way, even Cousin Gino. Hey, cousin Gino, un pezzo di uomo, as Aunt Rose used to call him, a hunk of a man. Oh, the legend and lore of Cousin Gino. As the official mayor of Broadway, he cruised this strip in a congenial manner, donning his food-stained blue polyester suit, always having at least two friends stashed in the folds of his person. He was a kick-punch karate champion, once commissioned to demo an entire home with his bare hands. "Well, I'm quick," he said. And I said, "Oh yeah, fella? Well, I'm sudden." And he knocked the champion out. Cigar aficionado, Old Spice, Dr. Scholl's, and ham radio mastery. Last week, I dropped by Rosati's home to meet him and see his larder. He is 68, a Boeing retiree and grandfather of two, robust and not yet gray, with a slew of hobbies ranging from ham radio to repairing old electronic equipment to cooking. "He's the best cook in the neighborhood," one of his neighbors said over the back fence as we checked out his garden. In the kitchen and cellar refrigerators and freezers are stacked dozens of plastic containers, each dated and labeled with the contents. Baked quinces, 1988. Tomato sauce with sausage, October 24th, 1991. All still tasty and good, he says. I finally had discovered what lurked deep down inside those refrigerators and freezers, down there, back behind all that ham radio equipment. And in that moment, I knew I had been channeling Cousin Gino all these years. And in that moment, I leaned into my genes and relished everything Gino inside of me, like storing soup in the freezer for decades. How about some rhubarb for a pie? Huh?
Had your fill of cherry tomatoes? Then practice some lazy man's canning. Pick them by the handfuls, wash them off, throw them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in the freezer, and then throw them in a pan in the middle of March and flavor up some beautiful whitefish. Limoncello, crema di limoncello. Find some fruit and make some jam. Hops, who wants to make some beer, huh? Spot prawns, May of 2022. Ooh, these are good. Throw some blackberries in a bag. They're pie ready to bake, a pie in the fall. How about some beans? Ooh, smoked pork chops from Owen's Butcher Shop in Cleon. Gotta check those out. Butter up your favorite fisher folk and cure, smoke, or vacuum seal some beautiful fresh fish for January. We got black currants. Ooh, you don't want to know the date on those.
I'm instilled with the thought of having plenty of food, he explained. I guess I was brought up that way. Years ago, his family lived in the mountains near Stampede and ordered groceries from Seattle stores to keep them fed for months. Nothing goes to waste, he insists. Nothing spoils. In my family, there's a saying that there's a Gino in every generation. And maybe, just maybe, that new generation Gino is me. We're all blood cousins, but with Gino, we're blood cousins times 2. So everyone, cousins, friends, social media universe, save the summer in your freezer and channel Cousin Gino. I love you, cousins everywhere. I do. I love you, Cousin Gino.